so we're doing the St. Anthony chorale, as I've told almost all of you now. Let's start with a G major scale on quarter notes.
Which string?
On the A string. No, on the D string.
On the D string, you want to start on the D string? Or you want to finish on the D string? Where do you want the violins to start? Because they can start on open G or they can start on the second octave.
You guys play in the second octave, right?
Right.
So I would like you to start on the D string. Right?
No. Yeah. You're right. I'm thinking. Yeah. It's easier just to tell them to start in the second octave.
Second octave?
Yeah.
Okay.
So violins start in the second octave, violas, start third finger on D string, yeah. And then cellos, just
I would start the cellos on the G string, right?
on the G, right? Bass,
On the D string.
start on the E string. You want the lower octave for the bass, so you want to start on the E string. You want to
Okay.
finish on the G. Bass is
Oh, yeah.
absolutely opposite of all the other strings.
Okay. Oh yeah, because is that G the lowest they play on the staff? Is it the lowest?
The E is the lowest they play, so the
So-
lowest staff E
So
is
that
the
G.
lowest they play. But remember, it sounds an octave lower.
Right. Yeah, I think that's why I got it.
It's a transposing instrument.
Yep. Definitely an octave. Okay. So you all know where to start on your instruments now. So let's do a G major scale in quarter notes. Sorry.
Little Alphonse Gaston there. Go ahead.
Yeah.
No, you go ahead. No, you go ahead. No, you go ahead. You know what I mean? In your conducting, there was just a little bit of what I call Alphonse Gaston. It was one of those, yeah, thank you, and no, leave them where you want them to play. You're kind of waiting for us to actually play.
Okay. Let's try that again.
Yeah.
Still on quarter notes. Repeat the top note like you did that time. I forgot. Much better. Let's try it in eighth notes. We have a few eighth notes in here. Good. Sorry, I gave you another beat. That was good. Can we try with cello and actually everybody try on your D string, do a chromatic scale up to E natural and back down. Do that.
That'll be fun. Chromatic scale, starting on that G.
D.
On the D?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, open D up to E natural, back down to a D. It's just follow. It won't be in time. Back down. What happened was you didn't go. You went E flat and back down. Yeah. Let's do it one more time. So it's going to be D, D sharp, D, D sharp, D. Good. Now do D, D sharp, E, back down to D natural, and then C. Natural. Then we'll go on to the actual piece. D sharp, E natural, and D, C. are going to start from the beginning and go through the entire piece. Watch out, there are repeats and I'm going to take them. Also, cellos do not play the viola cues that are in the and I'm going to take in 4 rather than cut time. That's the beginning and that sounded really great.
Okay, a couple of things I'd like you to look at. First, from where I'm sitting, most of your beat is the same size.
Oh.
Okay, you're asking for dynamics with the left hand,
Mhm.
and then the beat is about the same size. Can you conduct the piece and this time ask for the beat like a different dynamic with the right hand?
Okay.
And show me that, you know, not necessarily put the left hand in the pocket, but like put it away and do the same thing, only control it with the right hand. I want to see some definite changes in dynamics from that. Okay? Without repeats.
Yep, something I just want to point out that you guys were very good at picking up, and I was hoping you would be the pizzicato needs to pluck, and the arco is back to bowing. And when it says frog, you're playing all the way at this part of your bow, at the frog of your bow. But a demonstration. Okay. So that's good. All right. We'll do it again, no repeats, and I will show you the dynamic with my right hand rather than the other. Can I keep it here? Is that okay?
Yeah, just keep it out of the way.
Okay.
But I definitely want to see it with the right hand.
Okay. Still in 4.
Okay, much better, yeah, yeah. When working with strings, try emulating the bow with your
Not-
right hand.
oh.
Yeah. Not so much vertical as it is, oh, I'd like you to do long bows and letting that idea draw the sound out of these.
So like when we're holding things like the last 3, the last 3 measures there.
Yeah, yeah, you
Okay.
want to give them some direction so they know, like, how long do I pace the last note? You know, if you just hold the baton out there, they don't know how long to pace it. So you have to give them some direction and probably just a little bit of upward motion and then release. Because if you go wide like this, they're not quite sure from the side. You know, it's like, how's your depth perception? Oh,
Yeah, okay.
you know, it's pretty good. You
Would
know?
it be, like, what if they, sometimes we do the crescendo though, if we go up?
Yeah, if they go up, they might see it as a crescendo, but on the last note, do you want to do that? Or do you want them to 2, 3, 4,
Okay.
and start there and come down? That's the other way of doing it. If you go that, some type of direction the last note rather than just hitting there, because generally when string players hit on the last note, you're not moving. You
Okay.
know, it's fire alarm.
Yep.
Okay. Now, what I want you to do is the last 3 measures, and I want you to treat we have a breath mark, if you will.
Yeah, I wasn't
for
sure.
wind players. Now, string players, that's a bow lift,
Okay.
okay? And they literally get the bow off the string. And it's similar to a cesura, only it's not written in as a cesura. You can treat it
Cut off.
as, well, see, there's your decision process.
Okay.
You know, by reading Robert Donington's Baroque practice book, you would know which way to go. And there are 3 or 4 different ways to go because Donington doesn't really tell you one way or the other. He gives you, you could do this, you could do this, you could do this.
Okay.
And then you as the conductor, that's up to you. What I typically do on you know, a hiding piece right at the end when it's coming down, first time through, no break, break. Second time through, give you a break, give you the note. So I treat it as a cesura the second time. I don't really treat it as much the first time.
Okay.
So then that's up to you to decide.
Yep.
Do I want to put like a measure of 5 there, like cut and play, or do I want it to be release on 3 and then play right on the beat? So we've got a little short note there. Or do I want to, you know, like go straight through and just, so let me give you examples of all 3 of those. Let's try straight through, last 3 bars straight through
Okay.
with no break, okay? Now, the last 3 bars, and I want to put a little bit of a pause there. I want you
Cut
to
off on
lift,
4.
but in time.
Okay.
So where do you want them to lift? Do you want them to lift on 3, on the end of 3?
If I just do, if I go like 1, 2, 3.
Then you're at, that's another beat. You just added another beat. Is that what you want to do?
I don't think I, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1.
Okay, so we're off on 4?
Yeah,
All right, so we're off on 4,
okay.
right? Let's try that. Right. Now there, notice how you've got 3, 4 half notes there, and you've got 3 the same length and 1 short, because you've shortened it by a beat to put the break in. Now we're going to do it this way, and what I want you to do is release on beat 1, bring them in 1 beat later. So it's basically a caesura, and you've added, it's a measure of 5 to 4. I think,
Okay.
try that and see which sound you like.
Okay.
There's another possibility.
Yeah.
And those are the things you need to decide, when you get in there, what do I want to do? Maybe the first time through a little tiny break and then in, so you're doing and then the second time a little bit more break, to make it more final. There are a couple of ways of doing it. Like I said, you can do all kinds of research. You'll find some people that do put breaks in, some that don't. Some that do it on fast movement, some that do it on slow. It's one of those, well, it's common practice. Yeah, well, we don't have any recordings to go back to.
Right.
Haydn didn't do a lot of, CDs. So it's kind of difficult,
Okay.
get the Wayback Machine and go back. But still, that's why they do all these research on things. And that's what you need to do as a conductor. How do I want this?
Okay.
And then when you look at the dynamics, what do they do for dynamics?
It's kind of like Jair's
In
dynamics.
Haydn? Yeah,
There's no crescendos or diminishes.
yeah. Haydn was more terrace than anything else. You want piano, then we've got 4 people playing. You want forte, we've got the rest of the orchestra. And then when you look at the instruments of the time, we've got these wonderfully responding strings and bows and all that other stuff. Yeah, probably not at the time. So you want those authentic performances? Yeah. And then what do you want to do for nuance? We don't do a lot of nuance here, like vibrato. Was vibrato used in that time? Was it used heavily? Was it used, what was the vibrato? Right now we're heading back toward very little vibrato in world music, if we do it at all.
And it's a chorale, and I, like as a vocalist, I relate that to chorales and chamber music, which doesn't have vibrato in it.
There you go. There you go. So all those decisions that you need to make. Hear any notes out of place? Anything bizarre? Anything you want to change?
Not a lot.
Okay.
Not a
Yeah,
lot.
it's
It was actually,
pretty well.
I thought it went really well.
And then once we get to the middle section, what your next step now is to get rid of these beat patterns and doing all these beat patterns. Okay.
Okay.
Because you really don't need them. Okay? What you need to give is, once you're past that initial thing, let's go to the second half of the piece, please. Letter B. Oh, there are 3 today? Oh, sorry. Letter B. Letter B. Once they've got the tempo, they don't need dum, dum, dum,
Yeah.
All time comes from beat 2, so dum, 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 dum. That's all you need to give them, 1, 2, and then you can concentrate over here. Unless they lose time, then go back to
Right.
let's play metronome.
Okay.
Yeah.